With us this morning is York County President Commissioner Julie Wheeler, who joins us regarding the emergency declaration yesterday. Good morning, Julie. How are you?
I'm great, Gary. How are you doing today?
Well, we're doing well. We're doing well.
Good.
You had an emergency disaster declaration on Monday evening. What does that mean? Tell people what that means and why that's kind of an important thing to have right now for the county moving forward.
Yeah, sure. So the declaration allows the county to avoid burdensome requirements and around acquisition of needed supplies, as well as the ability to more easily mobilize with other community stakeholders. So for us, we've been doing a lot of planning that's kind of led us up to this point, but this really allows us to kind of cut through some red tape in layman's term to get supplies and make decisions with more efficiency.
So, in other words, if you didn't declare an emergency declaration, you might go through the normal government slowness.
Bureaucracy. Yeah.
Bureaucracy, thank you. You said it much better than I did. And have to go through all that. And right now, time is of the essence, really.
Correct.
I can... Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say, at least as of today, Gary, we can still say that there are no confirmed COVID-19 cases in York County.
Right.
So I'd like to share that with all your listeners.
Which is a good thing, yeah. Now, it also allows the county to get federal money, too. And you have three departments that really have to stay open right now. Talk about those a little bit, if you would.
Yeah, sure. The three departments that we have to keep open because they have 24/7 operations, that's our Youth Development Center, the prison, and 911. And so we've been taking a lot of proactive measures, one, to ensure our employees are in a safe working environment, as well as the interactions that need to occur with the people who we provide services to there. We've got some remote work capabilities. We've modified work schedules as necessary. And so, for example, in the prison, changing things such as no contact-to-contact visits with inmates. Effective yesterday, all professional and attorney-client visits at the York County Prison will be non-contact through glass, so putting measures like that in place. But as you know, at the county, there are services that have to stay open, and we need to continue to serve our community despite the evolving situation we have.
We're talking with President Commissioner Julie Wheeler of the York County Commissioners. Julie, how much coordination do you have now, for example, with the city and with the state? Those would be two big things that people would want to know, I think.
Yeah, well, I'm really pleased to say that for the past 2 weeks, we've been collaborating with our two largest healthcare providers in the community, WellSpan Health and UPMC. In addition, collaborating with the mayor of the city as well as the Department of Health. So we have multiple conversations going on with those key stakeholders in our community.
What's your mindset as far as a commissioner, as far as one of the duly elected people representing the people right now? What's the biggest mindset that the commissioners have at this particular point?
So the biggest mindset is the health and welfare of all of our York County residents is a top priority. It's front and center. We talk about it every day. That's number one priority for us as we move through this.
Now, do you get inside updates daily? We get a lot of different things here with our stuff at the station, but you get inside updates daily from various elected officials or from the federal government and so forth?
We do. From our state, local, and federal officials, we get regular updates, as well as updates from the CDC and the Department of Health. A lot of information flowing out there, as you can imagine.
Oh, absolutely. And we're watching a lot of, almost by the minute here. My dinger keeps going off about every minute, and if not a little faster sometimes. As you look at this, what have they told you so far? And I guess, again, what we don't know, we don't know what we don't know. What have they told you so far about the extension of this? How long it's going to last, if any idea of that at all?
Well, I think it's specific to York County. We don't know. As I mentioned earlier, we have no confirmed cases. Certainly we recognize that there will be a point in time where we will likely have a case here in York County. I believe the vigilance that we are taking now in our community with some preventative measures, closing down non-essential businesses, will certainly help us manage this, as they like to say, kind of flatten the curve. So a lot of the preparedness measures we're taking now will help us. But unfortunately, I don't have the answer to that question.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, we're working in the moment right now in trying to get through this. And making sure that we all do what we can do to be preventative and proactive, which you obviously have done here as the commissioners. A lot of people that I've talked to the last couple of days are also saying, though, after this, what? Is there a silver lining here? Is this kind of a societal correction a bit that we have some opportunities here that maybe we wouldn't have otherwise? We're seeing some sacrifice now that we wouldn't see otherwise or haven't had a chance to practice. Maybe a chance to get back together socially in some ways with families and so forth. I'm just wondering how you view this and what is beyond. That's a question I know you can't answer right now. Neither can anyone else. So I'm not going to be unfair to ask. But as you look at it right now, are there silver linings that you're seeing within this moment?
Well, I would share my perspective is I've always found, especially in the great community that we live in York, people band together in times of crisis and time of need, and I think that that's wonderful attribute of our community, and we will get through it on the other side. And with any crisis, there's always lessons learned that we can take as we move forward.
Now, obviously, as a new county commissioner, there are two of you on the board there. This has got to be kind of a real wake-up call, so to speak. I know you're dealing with other stuff all the time, and I know how particular you are and how minutely you spend time making sure the I's are dotted and T's are crossed. But this has got to be a real wake-up call in terms of the first big crisis you've really had to face, right?
Yeah, it is. Besides hiring our new 911 director, this is the first big crisis we faced. I think one thing it's allowed the entire Board of Commissioners to do is, reevaluate. Do we have the right continuity of government plans in place? Are we doing the right things with our emergency management agency? So always good to continue to look and dig and make sure we've got the appropriate processes in place to deal with these types of situations.
Julie, we really appreciate you taking the time to be with us this morning. We'll continue to update throughout and may talk to you again about this before it's all done. Thank you again for your time.
Thank you. You're welcome.